Yum, yum, yum. When you find a restaurant that you absolutely love, you have to tell everybody about it. And I have found one. It's called the Egg and I. You have your breakfast there, your lunch there. They don't have dinner, but by the time you finish your breakfast or your lunch, you don't want dinner. It's so good. I went there into Boynton Beach, and it's right off Gateway, and it is absolutely the best. And I have to tell you, I found someone there who is charming, smart. He's so helpful, and his name is Todd Hayes. He's assistant manager over at the Egg and I restaurant. Welcome to our show, Todd.
Thank you for having me, Anita.
Yeah, I was so impressed with you because you're so effervescent. You served beautifully. You told us all about the food. Of course, you sang because you are an opera singer. But for today, we're going to talk about what someone can expect when they go to the restaurant. And, I mean, what are they going to get besides your charming face?
Well, what they're going to get is just a family experience. What we encourage when people walk in the door, we have two parts to our restaurant, okay? One thing is our back of the house, our restaurant, our kitchen, we say a taste in every bite, so that we don't just make food haphazardly. We don't just do it with the intent of you just get an average meal. We want to exceed your expectations. That takes care of itself, which is great for me being in the front of the house because I don't have to worry about how great our food is. It's already fantastic. In the front of the house, what we do is when you walk in, you aren't a customer, you are our guest. We start there. Then as you progress and come in again and again, you become part of our family, our Egg and I family, so that we know who you are, we know your family, we know where you live, we know what you prefer when you come in the door. And so there's a sense of invitation when you walk in, which is unlike other restaurants in the area. And that's what drew me into the Egg and I so quickly.
Todd, what I love, my favorite food are eggs. That's why the name The Egg and I mean, people don't even know this, but I mean, I could eat probably 5 eggs a day. I know I'm not supposed to, but I usually eat 1 egg a day. But at that being said, you do serve more than just eggs.
Correct.
And so the most important thing, though, is what you said. When you go into a place, if you notice whether the hostess seats you right you could have a great experience of food, but if the people who are treating you aren't so nice, forget it. Or you can have great people treating you and you get there and the food isn't so good.
Right.
So when you have the magic combination that you have at the Egg and I, it all works.
It does. And one thing I really enjoy about it is that people, I've noticed it from the very beginning working in restaurants for many years. People are not stupid. They know when people are being fake. They know when people are putting on a show for the sake of putting on the show. And we don't do that. We genuinely enjoy taking care of our guests. We genuinely enjoy seeing them have a great time. We enjoy seeing the same people come back. It's beneficial for them as well as for us. It feels like a family just as much for us as it does for them. So everybody's happy when the food's great, the ambiance is great, and we enjoy that style of serving people.
So everyone who's listening, pucker up because we're going to start talking about the food. So let's see. I don't know what your favorite is, but I know that I was there and it was after breakfast and I had a lunch and I think it was some sort of a sandwich with chicken and was it with some other things in it, but it was a sandwich and it was just lovely. So you have a lot of sandwiches, don't you?
We do, actually, and that's one of the things that people don't realize. They think we're a breakfast place. One thing I love, and it's ironic that I actually will plan the days I work based on what soups we carry. Because I love our soups so much. On Monday, we have a fantastic broccoli and cheese that every Monday I work, I take some home. On Friday, we have a white chicken chili, which is fantastic. Not too spicy, has a great flavor. On the weekends, we have a loaded baked potato. So it's amazing that we're a breakfast place, and yet I want to work the days that the soups are available to me because that's how much our food is that delicious.
You're right. I had a soup when I was there, too, and I wanted to think it was a bean soup or something. I'm not sure, but it was fabulous, and I wasn't expecting that in a restaurant. Like that. You think of the Egg and I as more like a restaurant. It's quick, you sit down, but this is not like that.
No, it's not. And for being a franchise place, most places that are owned and there's multiple locations, there's a sense, the humanity of it kind of dissipates from it. You don't feel like there's an authentic feel to the restaurant. And you feel that right away when you walk into this restaurant. I mean, it's very like I said before, it's very inviting. The food, so, it's, for example, I'll give you an example and I'll put her on the spot. My aunt, who I love dearly, comes in and she has an affinity for salt that she can taste salt in most dishes. And when we go out to eat, she says, "Oh, I can't have this, I can't have that." She came in for the first time and absolutely fell in love with our chicken apple walnut sandwich, which is served on toasted raisin bread, which is her favorite.
And you didn't bring any with you
I'm
today.
so sorry. I'm
how
so
could
sorry.
you
I
not
should have.
do that? Okay. Now that sounds wonderful. And so so it's chicken with walnuts on a raisin bread.
It's
my
toasted
gosh.
raisin bread, and you can get that with soup. You can get it. What I love is our healthy approach. So we serve with that cottage cheese, sliced tomatoes. You can have fresh fruit. I mean, it's as fresh as you could get. It's amazing, actually, what steps they take in making sure that everything is fresh and authentic in that sense.
Okay, so now that's a sandwich. Maybe we should back up. Let's go to breakfast. So people come in. What do you think is your most spectacular breakfast? Well, that's hard to tell.
That's a loaded question,
I'll let you
Anita.
have three.
Okay.
3 choices.
Okay, fair enough. One thing that I enjoy, one of our omelets, is the exceptional omelet. It is actually our largest. I kind of call it our meat lovers mixed with a little vegetable. It is tomatoes, onions, mushrooms, sour cream, chives, and then we have ham, sausage, and bacon in it. So it's quite a large omelet. But some people really can't decide on if they want ham omelet, bacon omelet. They don't want to differentiate between going in the vegetable direction and being healthy or going in the meat direction and indulging. And so they don't have to choose with that omelet. That's just one thing. One thing I love, and this is it's funny, when people order our French toast, which is called our Vive la France. Two reasons I love it. Number one, it's fantastic. It's delicious. Number two, when people order it, they suddenly have a French accent, which makes it so exciting.
You're so bad, Todd.
So they order it and they say, "I'll have the Vive la France." So it's enjoyable. It makes where you come into work every day not work. It makes it fun. The food, that's two things. The third thing I'd say is our strawberry banana waffle, which
we featured on the cover of Boomer Times,
correct,
right? In
correct.
the January issue.
And that has the strawberries, fresh cut strawberries, bananas, has walnuts, whipped cream on top. We make a nice Belgian waffle, and that's actually served with 2 eggs, any style, and then a choice of meat. So we have sausage, we have chicken apple sausage, we have regular bacon turkey sausage if you're feeling a little more on the healthy approach. So there's a lot of options.
I think people listening are now chomping at the bit.
They're a little
and
hungry.
They're hungry. So I got to tell you how to get there exactly. Right now, they are open in Boynton Beach. They are about to open in Coral Springs, but let's get back to Boynton Beach. They're located on West Gateway Boulevard. The way you get there then, if you're coming off I-95, you just go west on Gateway, and it's the first large shopping area on the north side of the street at the very west. You just drive through it. You'll find it. The Egg and I. It's fabulous. Let me give you a phone number, so if you get lost or you're not sure or you don't know anything about it, I'm going to give you the days that they're open and the times. It's 561-331-8968. That's 331-8968. They're open actually Monday through Friday and Saturday and Sunday, too, from 7 to 3. I guess they're open from 7 to 3, whether it's Monday through Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to get on the web now, it's dangerous to get on their website because you're going to see all that food and it's not going to be able, you can't just pop it out of your internet, which you'll want to do. But you can run over there and get it. It's called the Egg and I Restaurants.com. The Egg and I Restaurants.com. Now in Coral Springs, it's going to be on North University. It's opening January the 26th. But I'll tell you what, if you come to the Boomer Expo, that's going to be on Tuesday. It's at Seminole Hard Rock, and it's our 13th. If you'll come, they do have a booth there. You'll be able to see Todd, talk to him, maybe get some coupons to go have breakfast and lunch. I don't think you can have samples, but that's okay. We'll figure something else out. You just maybe we'll get a plane and take everybody directly to the Egg and I, right? Mm-hmm. But it is a very, very good place to go. The food is exceptional. It's large portions, and they are very fresh. And he's right, though. The people there are so friendly, you just don't understand it. You wonder what they're on. Before we go into more of this, why don't you tell us something that I was extremely impressed with, the extra room that's available for people who want to have meetings there at no charge as long as they order their meals.
Absolutely. I actually I've never seen a restaurant incorporate something like that where they have a meeting room. It can seat anywhere. We've had meetings where people just want privacy, where they only have 4 people and they go in and just have a few hours to themselves. We had some business women go in and they wanted to just do a little PowerPoint presentation. We have a flat screen TV on the wall that can hook up to your PowerPoint if you so choose to. We also have birthdays that you can put pictures on the screen so that people feel invited when they walk in the door and they're enjoying themselves and they say, "Oh, look at it's Gladys's 45th birthday. We're gonna really enjoy her coming in and have all the pictures of her family on the wall." People are still flabbergasted at times that it's completely free. What? It's not? You don't charge anything? Really? Are you sure? And we have separate conditions in the room where we have separate music. We have separate air conditioning, so you can control what your party, how it goes.
So it's really a party room, and you're not charging. You just say, just come and eat.
Come and enjoy.
Right. Yeah, but it's really important, and it is rare that happens. But I think you should just go first, make yourself known, go see what it's like. Now, Todd, you're not there every day, but
no, they give me a couple days off.
Yeah, that's too bad. But most of the time, but when you are there, but even besides you, as much as you have a great personality, everybody else I've met there are really friendly and very nice.
Well, what's nice is I was involved in part of the hiring process in the past half of year or so. And so when we bring someone in, we say, are they going to be part of the Egg and I culture? Are they going to really be welcoming to guests when they come in the door and not just pretend, but really, really believe it? Because that's the difference. A lot of restaurants put that out there as this is our mission, this is what we want to do, but they don't really incorporate that in their daily, routine. We do every day. And what's great is Juan, the owner, is, I speak to him a few days a week. He is the number one thing that's important to him, the number one thing, and that's rare in an owner, is let's make sure that people walking in the door are happy, they enjoy themselves. That's what I care about most. And having someone who at the forefront has that as their mentality makes everything else so much easier and relaxed for us as a restaurant.
I had a great pleasure of meeting him. First of all, I just have to give credit to a woman who has been such a positive part of the Egg and I, Colleen, who is the reason that I've even come there. I mean, I didn't know about the place, and she and I met as she was marketing around, but she loves the Egg and I, and she is very infectious with her personality. And so she introduced me to Juan, and Juan absolutely is a very, very nice man. His home is from Venezuela, and he bought this, and then he just did the other franchise now in Coral Springs, and I think he has plans for more of them. But he is a very special man, and we're very pleased that we're able to be a part of your restaurant now and be able to tell people about it. It's extremely important. I was reading about the Egg and I, and actually was created in 1987. I don't know if you knew that, in Colorado.
I did. I did know that.
So they have hundreds now. I don't know how many.
110 to be exact. We're store number 103.
Wow, it is great. And if someone wants to come and sit outside, and you have a beautiful little area there also. And so breakfast starts at 7.
Well, actually, breakfast starts anytime you want. You can come in at 7 o'clock and order a cheeseburger if you want. You can come in at 2:59 and order a strawberry banana waffle. Anything on our menu is available any time of day.
I see. So that's good, because how many times do you go to a place and it's like 11 o'clock? We don't serve that.
Right.
I mean, even McDonald's, we don't serve that anymore. It's like, what do you mean? What?
No, that doesn't pertain to our motto, which is, we invite in our family. What would you like? Oh, you had a long drive. You just got here. You're in the mood for a cheeseburger at 7:30 in the morning? No problem. We'll accommodate you. Oh, you're in the mood for breakfast for lunch? No problem. We'll take care of you.
You have such a great personality, and I know that you have another life besides this. In a way, one of your things in life is, of course, to sing, and you're a professional singer in opera and all. And that's part of, I see, your personality. You're just such outgoing, and you have such a love of life. And I don't know if they'll ever do this, but you might consider one night. You're not open at night, so we have to be in the afternoon. That you give a little concert of singing.
Well, it's funny that you say that, because I have sang for several tables, actually. Not just songs. Occasionally, I've sang, Michael Blvd, a little Frank Sinatra, but I've sang for several tables. Happy birthday! I asked the restaurant beforehand to make sure it's okay with all the other guests, that it's okay I sing, and then I sing opera, Happy Birthday, and people are a little bit taken back, but it's definitely a treat, and it's enjoyable, and usually the restaurant gets a little standing, applause, and And it's nice. It's just part of the ambiance of what we're doing, what we believe in.
I had the privilege when I was there. You started off talking about the back and the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
I was amazed at how everything is back there. Everything was fresh. I know Juan was showing me the refrigerated area and the kinds of foods that you bring in. And I mean, this is not a typical back of the house, as they call it.
No, it's not. And what's great for us as a restaurant is every time a restaurant opens, they send from the original place in Colorado new people to make sure that they have the theme and the motto of what we want incorporated into our standards when we open. For example, in our back of the house, we have they call it an NSO opener. His name is Patrick. He came from Texas. He's been working for the company for over 5 years, and he has committed to staying with us for the first year at least, and has made sure to commit to make that everything that we put out of our back of the house has that egg and I standard. A taste in every bite, that everything tastes authentic, delicious. And so having that person at the forefront to say, okay, this is how we do things at the Egg and I. I know you're not used to it, but this is how we do things. And just really getting that theme incorporated into every person that's new to the restaurant is huge. And so there's no differentiation when you go through. Everybody makes everything exactly the same every time, so people get the same experience.
Yeah, I think one thing you had was a whole wheat. I think it was a whole wheat pancake,
Correct.
Which is very unusual to have, and it was gorgeous. It was with blueberries and other kinds of things, and then I think, and I'm trying to remember if I had that or I know when I went there. Oh, I think I went there twice so far, and one I think I went there with Colleen, and I think I had eggs with it and stuff. I'm not sure, but I know that I overindulged. and your pancake, you need to get larger dishes because the pancake was a large dish, overflowed on the all over the table almost. It was so much.
So are you saying you made a mess, Anita? Is that
No,
what
I
you're trying to tell me?
didn't make a mess. I felt like a little piggy because I was eating so much. It was so good. But the other thing is when you have trouble deciding what you want to eat because you have such choices.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you usually go to a breakfast place. It's with eggs with bacon, eggs with sausage, eggs with this, or pancakes on the side. I mean, you had these wild kinds of things and as you said, you can mix and match.
Right. And what I love is when we first opened the restaurant, like I said, they sent people out. We spent 2 days trying every item on the menu. So as I say to the people that walk in, I can tell you what's good and what's really good. Because I've sampled everything on the menu multiple times. And I can give you the details. Oh, this has this. If you don't like nuts, you can't have that. Or, if you're looking for something sweeter versus something saltier, I can direct you in the, and that's what our servers want to do for you.
Now, as part of your family, I expect next time I go in, I want a sample of a lot of the stuff.
Okay.
In fact, that might be another idea. And I know you're a franchise and you just can't go off half-cocked and do that, but I was thinking of just having a sampler. Well, I'm not sure if I want this or this or this, and just have, here's a plate, and just take a few things and try them.
Right. And you know what? What's funny is we have a standard, and Juan is great because what he ends up trying to do is say, okay, I know we're here on our standards, but we want to. There's other things I want to do. So can we try this? Can we try that? Can we make our guests really happy as opposed to just happy? And so he pushes the envelope, and we'll call the main offices and say, can we try this? So maybe you'll have a little sampler. Who knows?
Well, it's only because you do have your menu is very large.
It is.
And for just breakfast and lunch, I mean, it's like, as you said, you could have lunch there, which is really dinner for some people. And you can have your breakfast, which is really lunch, or because your portions are great. Do you have people can take home food that they don't eat?
Of course. And we actually have a large number of people that come in and say, you know what? Because they look at the top, especially for the sweet indulgences, the section where you get into the French toast, the strawberry banana, the raspberry granola pancake, the blueberry with fresh blueberries. All of these options, it comes with a choice of 2 eggs and whatever meat you want. So they look and go, oh my gosh, I can't. It's too much. Can you please wrap that up before it even comes out? So I'm not tempted to eat it.
Really
oh,
do that?
It's very commonplace to do it.
That.
Of course. We'll do whatever you like.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a great thing to do. So now if people come, I know your tables usually you can seat 4. You can seat 6, I think, at some of the booths.
Oh, yeah. We can, and we have a couple tables in the side, so we have parties that actually are sitting in the not in the meeting room, sitting in the main setting area that are 10, 12, even 15 people.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's nice. And then you have the meeting room. I want to do one more thing that I heard about when I went back with Juan into the kitchen. He said your coffee's very special. Why is your coffee special?
Okay, so I'm going to give you a little background here. I am what I consider a coffee connoisseur. I have a French press at home. I have not owned a coffee maker in probably 10 years. I do everything by the whole bean, and I know the importance of doing it by the whole bean and how fresh it tastes. I had no idea when I came into the Egg and I how important they made their coffee. We have decaf, regular. Those are our basic, but they still, every time we make a pot, we grind coffee beans fresh. There are no already ground up beans that are sitting. We grind them fresh every pot we make, which is unique compared to other restaurants. In addition to that, we have hazelnut. We have our seasonal blend, and right now it's Winter Traditions, which has a hint of cinnamon and clove. We also have our Rainforest Bold, which is kind of my favorite. That's all I really drink. And then we make ahead of time a double brew iced regular and iced decaf coffees. So they're the double strength. We let them sit and marinate overnight, and then we serve them to you the next day, and they are absolutely fantastic.
I'll tell you a funny story about that. In the South, when you go and you ask for iced coffee, they say we don't serve iced coffee. No,
well, we do.
No, wait. This is funny. And my husband will say, well, can you just say some coffee, put ice in a glass, and pour the coffee? Oh, okay. When you said that, I'm here now, and you're telling me all the iced coffees that you do have. But I guess it's a Southern thing. They don't know about iced coffee.
Well, and it's funny because we are a Midwest company by nature. So it's something that we've extended to the South now. But most people think, okay, we can just pour it over, which you can do, but it dilutes the coffee. It doesn't have the same taste, and that doesn't keep with our standards, to be honest. So we don't do it that way. We make it ahead of time. We let it sit for 12 hours, which is a very standard thing with iced coffee. The more you let it sit and marinate, the stronger and robust the taste becomes. And for South Florida, we've noticed that people ask for iced decaf, which is not something we normally carry in our restaurant.
Iced decaf.
So we started carrying it because our guests want that. So we're going to accommodate them and make sure that they feel happy with what we have on our menu.
This charming guest that I have to tell you his name again. It's Todd Hayes, and he's the assistant manager. They're at the Egg and I restaurant in Boynton Beach. And remember, we are going to open up a restaurant. They are. See, already I become a part of this company. They're going to open up one in Coral Springs at 1933 North University Drive, which is located in the BB&T Plaza. Now, if you want more information about that won't happen until January the 20, let's see, I have it here, January the 26th. But for now, you can just hustle over to the one in Boynton Beach. It's very easy, lots of parking. You're going to love it. You are going to love it so much, you're probably going to find yourself going there every day for breakfast or lunch. The phone number, again, to call there is 561-331-8968. That's 331-8968. Now, of course, Todd is probably back there serving, working on all sorts of things. And if Colleen's there, you're going to love her, too. You just ask for Colleen. So you're going to see that this is extraordinary. You know, we have had restaurants. We've advertised restaurants from time to time, but this is a unique restaurant. And we've never had anything that's so lovely. In fact, the title of the article that we wrote in the January issue is The Beginning of a Beautiful Friendship. And that's really what we felt like, because all the servers, you know, Juan, you especially, and Colleen, everybody so happy. I mean, this is just a restaurant, and yet it's almost like it's a family. It's a whole gathering, right?
It is.
And it's Juan Marin. He is the owner, and we're very happy that he is around. We haven't talked about the discounts. Maybe we have a few minutes left.
Sure.
You do give a lot of discounts.
We do. And so what we do is we have a senior citizen discount that if you go up to the host stand, when you walk out and you're paying, they will give you 10% off. We give a 10% off military discount as well.
What do they have to show you?
Actually, well, we need 6 forms of ID. We're DMV. I'm just kidding. No, we don't need 6 forms of ID.
I guess you pretty much figure if they're
going to say they're in the military,
pretty much they
we have a lot of firefighters in Boynton Beach come in, which we give them the same discount.
Oh, you do?
Police officers, the same thing. We will take care of. We consider that in the military, and so we will accommodate them and give them that discount because they are serving our community locally and as a nation. So We want to
That's
accommodate those
wonderful.
people.
And what about free Wi-Fi? Is that kind of like,
Free Wi-Fi.
you mean if you want to plug in at your table, that's where the Wi-Fi is?
In fact, we have a lot of people come in with their laptops and say, "Can we sit for a few hours?" Sure. And we direct them to a table that has an outlet right underneath so their laptop doesn't die out, and they set up with their Wi-Fi and they sit for hours, and it's great.
And let me tell you, they're going to eat. They can't sit there. You know that. They
Of
cannot
course.
sit there and not eat once they're in
No.
that restaurant. So that's very smart that you did that. And I know you don't know this. I'm sure you don't, but I have to find out where you buy your eggs. Because your eggs are so good. Are they shipped in as the franchise?
I can't reveal that information at this time, Anita.
All right.
I apologize. It's very top secret information where we get our eggs. We have a private location we go
You
to.
probably have chickens and roosters in the back.
Again, I can't. I don't want to reveal anything, but it is top secret. But it is very important where we get them from, and it is. We're discreet.
I'm going to have to talk to Juan about that.
Well, that's at his discretion. But
and he probably won't even tell me because I've been looking around now for my own eggs. When I don't come to Egg and I have to go find a farmer because your eggs are very, very different. I don't know. The yolks are yellower. I don't know what the problem is there.
Well, there's no problem.
No, I know it because the fresher the egg, the yellower the
exactly,
yolk. You know
exactly.
That.
And that's our standard. That's what we want. If we see something come out of if something is made, and the reason I know this is because I've worn many different hats in the Egg and I restaurant. Something comes out of the window and it doesn't look right. The kitchen, the expediter, the server will say, "No, I don't think that looks good enough. We're going to get rid of it." And they make a whole new one. It happens all the time.
Whoa. Well, let's see. I'll tell you, that's wonderful. And Todd, I am so glad, Todd, that you took the time to come here with us today.
Oh,
and
please. Thank you for having me.
I know we're going to have a few more radio shows. We're going to work on it with you more, but I hope that you come to the expo. We're going to love you there.
I will be there.
Thank you very much again.
Thank you for having me.